gentlemen, that is my vacation intro to the show. My daughter just walked in. What are you doing here, sis? You're silly. No, don't. Hey, go back that way. Ladies and gentlemen, it is episode 297. It is September 21st, 2025. Let us be the first to wish you and yours a happy National Mini Golf Day, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I know it's football season. I know that you're probably not thinking about mini golf at all. Oh, my gosh, the Giants. Currently, we've got the Giants and the Chiefs going at it. Cam Scatterboo's running wild. Oh, my gosh, dude. The Chiefs were favored by plus 5.5. Season on the line game for the Chiefs. My name is AK. Edge is here. I'm here. Tex didn't show his face because the Cowboys got shellacked. J-Vi, the Bills, barely beat the Dolphins. He doesn't show his face, but we have to give credit to Edge. Edge is a Clemson fan. We're going to flash some graphics here in a minute if we want to go ahead and rip the Band-Aid off. But Edge, before I put the graphic up, how we doing, man? Hold on, you're muted. I can't hear you. Edge is muted. Can't hear him. What happened? Nope. Uh-oh. Technical difficulties. While he's figuring that out, ladies and gentlemen, let's tell you this right now. This show is brought to you by Howdy Hats at howdy.hats.enc. Instagram, go follow them. I'd also like to say that they make these beautiful hats that I'm wearing on my head. For those of you who cannot see the hats, if you're listening to the podcast, shout out to you because numbers are going up. We appreciate all the support. But I am wearing one of these beautiful hats at howdyhats.enc, at howdy.hats.enc. They make the hats. We wear the hats. Edge?
Yeah.
Are you back?
I
got you. Okay, good.
It's a long emotional recovery. You know, it's haven't felt this pain in a long, long time. But, you know, I'm still wearing my Tigers, you know.
That's right.
52.
52.
Still bleed orange. And now I know how it feels to be a Niners fan, you know.
Early 2000s Niners fan, because right now the Niners are 3-0. I don't know if you know this, but
yeah. Well, you wasn't always like that.
Well, I mean, look, I don't forget where I came from. I'll tell you that right now.
I mean, it was a shakeup around college football altogether, though. It was supposed to be a lot of gimme games. It was supposed to be an easy week this week in college football. No way. And that's what I love about college football is it's just so raw.
Dude,
and
so raw.
It's just guys, just dudes out there being dudes, you know, playing for each other still, not themselves. However, I believe that NIL is starting to tear that, you know, playing for each other apart. But it's still raw. It's still, you know, unpredictable. And
dude, nobody stays at the top forever.
That's right. That's right. That's right. And one thing I'm going to say to both Nike, Clemson Athletics, Clemson Equipment, if Dabo ever attempts to reach for a white shirt again, just stop the game. Stop the game. I don't want to see it.
We're going to get into the college football first because, you know, that's fresh on your mind. That's your team. We're going to go, you know, on this show, we're going to talk about our teams because that's one of the reasons we started the show, because we like talking about our teams with each other. We used to do it all the time. We hung out in college. Well, guess what? We can't do it as much. So you know what? We started a show and said, we're going to talk and give each other crap about our teams. So that's where we start. After we do that, we're going to talk. We're going to go ahead and close out college football.
We froze. AK is down. It's down. I say again. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I got you, dude. You did the spinning wheel of death real quick. It made me nervous.
Oh, no. I'm here. You got me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So typically we start with the week 4 NFL talk, but we're going to get to college football. We're going to talk NFL week 4. We're going to talk our teams, and then we're going to go over the bets that we gave you, and then we're going to hang some banners. We're going to get out of here. Again, I'm on vacation, but guess what? The show still goes on, dude. You guys think that I'm kidding about this?
You can't stop grinding, dog.
Hey, the show, everybody here knows. They're like, what is all that stuff sitting on the counter? And I'm like, that's my podcast stuff. And they're like, oh, podcast. I'm like, absolutely. the show goes on. Everybody knows. It's okay. Not a problem, dude.
Love
Y'all
it.
think I'm kidding? This emblem right here. Hey, these right here. It's about the name on the front, not the name on the back, buddy. You know what I'm saying?
The goat hits it head on every time.
Oh, you do. Shout out ButchP for getting that mountain goat picture. Okay, so we talked about what we're gonna do. We're gonna do oh no, James Conner needs surgery on his right ankle. That sucked, by the way. It was in the Niners game. Like I said, at the top, first thing we lead off is our team. So if you're listening to the podcast, myself, I'm a 49ers fan. J-Bow's a Bills. Butch P and Tex are Cowboys fans. DYLON is a Minnesota Vikings fan. Edge is our diehard Clemson guy / Panthers. And then we all are App State. Thank goodness we don't have to talk about App State today because they let us down. But I'm going to let you. So I'm going to let you take the floor. Let me give you a little lead in here. So, this was for Clemson. This was a season on the line game, was it not?
No, not yet.
You don't think so?
No, not yet. There's a lot of 0-2 teams that are coming in this week. There's still a lot of 2-loss teams, so I'm not sweating it yet. I'm not in panic mode. I'm not happy about it, but I don't think it's season on the line yet. It's still early in the season, dude. It's going to be a lot more teams lose 2 or 3 games, and I'm telling you, man, college football is unpredictable. You can't count it out to the end.
It's beautiful. I mean, this version of college football is the best because you want so badly to be like, oh, these teams are the best. And that's why they're fighting so hard to get 5 automatic bids for the Big Ten and 5 for the SEC because they know it too. If we know it, they know it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And I think, we'll get into it, but I think it's, especially within all this NIL money, people transferred, and you're going to see a lot of teams that used to be dump teams come back and, be good.
Texas
I mean,
Tech.
Florida State, 2-win season last year, and they come back and they're 3-0 right now. So yeah, it's something.
Let's go. Clemson 21,
Okay.
Syracuse, ACC matchup. Were you there?
I was, yes. And I'll admit I was there briefly. This is what happened. No, it wasn't that. We got there. It was hot as Hades there. And I can handle the heat. I work outside all the time, so I was good with it. However, my kids are pale as Casper, and they don't handle that well. So went into the game. Wifey takes my daughter, to the shade for a while and go get some Dippin' Dots, doing all that thing. And this is when I got nervous, and I looked at my son. And this is what happens, okay? So Clemson, rides the bus. They run down the hill.
Around the stadium.
When the cannon fires and Dabo runs down the hill, who started this was Georgia Tech. Or no, I'm sorry. Who started this was LSU. I'm sorry. LSU started where the cannon fired. They ran out the same time Clemson runs down the hill. See, what used to happen is Clemson runs down the hill. Everybody celebrates. Then the other team comes out, everybody boos. So now it's like the same time. And LSU did it first. We got spanked by LSU. Georgia Tech saw that. They did it at the same time. We got spanked by Georgia Tech. And I saw Cuse do it. And I said, uh-oh. And then I look on top of the hill, and I see Dabo running in a white shirt. And I looked at Luke, my son, and I said, this isn't going to be good. And he goes, why? And I was like, you don't understand, but this is – 2 bad omens already,
dude. All whites are not good, dude. I'm telling you, the all white.
We didn't wear all whites.
It doesn't matter. He was trying to go all white.
Dabo, yeah, like you don't do it, Dabo. You know better than this. You wore a white shirt against Georgia Tech. Why would you wear it again? Like I would burn that thing.
Burn it. Have a sacrament. Like he should do it. He should do a sacrament, like a ceremony.
I texted the equipment manager. I said, if Dabo ever reaches for a white shirt again, just don't do it. Just like rip it from his hands. I don't care if you have to cut it off with a knife. And all he texted me back was, the whole team is jinxed. We're just not that good. Off season, it's just a hoax.
Oh my god!
Ooh, and I said, oh boy, this is the equipment manager talking. I'm a bit nervous about this already. But I don't know. A few good takeaways, I guess, is that Wesco is good. Wesco Jr. is a beast. I think he is probably like a T. Higgins caliber receiver. However, we just can't get him to effing ball.
Mm.
And it's the same old story. You got
But wait, it says
Kate.
Cade Klubnik has 363 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, on paper, you look at this and you're like, we should have won this game. But I can tell you what, though, if he would have actually connected it every time he threw the ball, we would have over 500 yards. Like, it's the same old sheet of music. Cade throws it high. Cade throws it high. Cade's throwing hospital balls across the middle. Like, it's just, I don't know. I was talking to my neighbor that was camping next to me at the campground. And then, a couple of guys were walking around drinking a beer. And they're always like, hey, what do you think's going on? And I was like, dude, I can't put my finger on it. I can't figure out if Dabo and Riley are like button heads, or Dabo's got his thumb on the play call. If Riley had like a good team at TCU and it kind of like made this, ledge for him to stand on. Everybody thought he was good, but now he's with a mediocre team and he's not that good and he has terrible play calls. I don't know if it's him and Cade aren't meshing together, because J-Boss said it best. You're a senior. You should be developed by now. You're not. So is Riley changing him, and Cade's like in his head? I mean, our offensive line is terrible still. Cade's running for his life. And he's panicking, but he's still not trusting himself. So maybe it's just a melting pot of everything, and it's just a disaster. I don't know.
But is the ACC getting better?
100%. Yeah.
I think that's a fair question. I mean, it's not like I'm not saying that to blow smoke. I'm just saying, like, I'm watching the landscape of college football. I was looking out the other day. The Big 12 had like 9 or 10 teams that were undefeated in week 3.
Yeah.
Like,
no, I've said it before. Yeah, but who they're playing though? But I said it before. The ACC is not a joke school. You got Miami just beat the pants off of Florida. Florida State walked the dog on Kent State. That's kind of a gimme game. Georgia Tech walked the dog on Temple. Virginia Tech fired a coach, right?
Comes back. Coach bump. We all know that.
New coach bump. Walked the dog against an 0-4 Wofford team, though. However, SMU, TCU go down to basically the fourth quarter where TCU outscores them 35-24.
Hoover's a baller for TCU.
I think the other team that is panicking just as much as Clemson right now is North Carolina, because they got
what are you doing, Russ?
Spanked by UCF. So, in one game, I'm thankful that I didn't put on my Millie Goats money lines is North Carolina Duke. I was flirting with the old North Carolina State. Go ahead and pick them. Glad I didn't. Duke actually got lucky in that game, 45-33. And but going back to Clemson, it is what it is. ACC has always been tough. I've said it for years that, everybody's like, oh, you played ACC. And I was like, well, come play us. You hear all these SEC schools. You played ACC. Okay, cool. You got beat by Vanderbilt. Like, what are you talking about?
Like highest ranked teams in there.
Yeah. And I think it's just like I said, a perfect disaster we're going through right now. And I don't know what's happening or what can fix it. I still trust Dabo. I mean, I'm not one of these guys that are screaming for him to, resign or get fired or any of that, because this man's going to have a freaking statue right there on Tiger Walk.
Oh yeah.
When he does retire and leave, because he's just that good. It's just a lot of adversity right now. I don't know if Cade's got a locker room. And we said it before on the show, if you lose a locker room, it ain't looking good, But, hey, we got some dogs for receivers. We just can't get them the ball.
Do you think Clemson can win the ACC?
I do not think we're going to win the ACC this year. I do not. I think
what do you make of Dabo's crazy speech where he went off for no reason?
What do you mean for no reason? He had a perfect reason to go off. I mean, everybody's questioning him because he lost twice, and everything he said, I said it before. Like, dude, what are we talking about? This guy's a winning culture.
Well, yeah, everybody thinks the next.
J-Bot said it too. Was like, people forget how bad we were.
Ask
like,
Florida.
Right.
Ask Texas A&M, dude.
Yeah.
Ask freaking Florida State. They all fired their coaches because the guy was getting way up there. Ask freaking UNC. They fire Mac Brown. They can't win a freaking game. Ask these schools that say you're not getting the job done, and they go hire somebody else, and they suck for like 10 years.
Just as bad.
Like,
yeah.
I mean, the grass is not always greener, buddy.
And who are you going to hire? I mean, it's just like Tennessee. Like it's hard to be a coach in Tennessee because they want that winning culture when Peyton Manning was there. And if you don't win in 4 years, at Tennessee, you're on the chopping block. It's hard to now with NIL and everybody stealing your players and dabbing in everybody else's money. Like it's hard to build from the bottom. So who wants to step into a Clemson just ready to fire the coach after their first 1-3 start since 2004?
Yeah. Well, hey, your Panthers won, dude. They beat Atlanta. Got 30-0.
They actually won. Wow.
They did.
I'll be darned. Wait, 30-0. Wow.
They
shut up.
Dude, the Falcons, look, if you're a Falcons fan, you have to be furious because everybody's pumping you up. Oh, no. Michael Penix is okay. Their defense still isn't that great. Bijan Robinson, they don't know how to get him the freaking ball. Like, they are who they always are. I mean, the Bucs are going to run away with that division. The Saints are 0-3. Both those teams are 1-2. It's over. The Bucs and the NFC South, AFC East are already over. It's done. But anyways, so the Panthers won.
Panthers won.
Signature win for Bryce Young.
The Vikings won, huh?
Hey, Vikings. Let's do a little DYLON here. Okay, since DYLON's the Vikings are bad guys. The Vikings, 48-10. That game wasn't even watchable. It was so bad. But this is great. This is great. Do you know why this is great, Edge? Because we can sit here on this show as non-Vikings fans and a Vikings fan and Vikings fans who listen to this show and tell them you have a full-blown quarterback controversy on your hands. No questions asked. You have not seen an output like that offensively and defensively in Minnesota in quite some time. I don't know the exact numbers, but they walked the Cincinnati Bengals. They had defensive touchdowns. Justin Jefferson was catching passes. Jordan Mason was running wild. I mean, if you're a Vikings fan, do you want J.J. McCarthy to come back? Would you put yourself in the Vikings fan's shoes, dude?
I don't think so.
Nope.
No.
You don't want to mess with this Carson Wentz. I mean, dude knows how to win, right? He grew up playing ball up there in the northern hemisphere of football. So, big win for the Vikings. The Cowboys. I hate the Cowboys. I hate them. They were never good. The game against the Giants was a joke. They lost to the Bears today, 31-14. And
at what
the worst
point
part?
Do we come back with Texas Post-it note from J-Vi and said this season, like the stats and stuff, because we all had him. You included J-Vi, me. When Tex said on this show and said, I think there's 13 wins this year, we're like, dude, you're drunk. There's no way. Like, what are you talking about? And then, like, you lose to what were the Bears? Were they 1-2?
The Bears are 0-2, getting worked by everybody.
Today, they're 1-2.
Now they're
right?
1-2. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So they haven't had a win, and they come in and spank the Cowboys.
I mean, spank them.
What do you do after all that trash you talk?
B. McCormick's here. Patriots here. Cowboys fan patriot. Look, we're going to look.
It's not blasphemy if it happens. I'm just saying it's not blasphemy.
It's not blasphemy, Patriot. Because here's the deal. Everybody thought the Cowboys had a signature win against the freaking New York Giants where Russell Wilson just threw a pick again and then got his defensive end hurt because he stinks. Okay? Now we have to sit here and listen to an entire week of Caleb Williams talk.
Yeah.
Okay?
Thank
Caleb
you, America's team. America's
I don't even know what his numbers were. Let me
Here,
look them up.
I'll pull up. I got you.
Caleb Williams is 19 to 28, 298, and 4 touchdowns. We are going to have to
4 touchdowns against the Cowboys. Holy cow.
We're going to have to sit here and listen to that for the next week. That's what I hate most about this. Is that the Cowboys,
generational quarterback.
The Cowboys,
the man who wanted ownership in the Bears.
I mean, now look, I watched the game. Caleb Williams did make some decent throws, like 2 or 3 or 4 that I saw. They were like, oh, that's a pretty good throw. But most of his yardage came on a dump pass to DeAndre Swift and a flea flicker. That was about 100 and I'd say it was about 120 or 30 of his 298 yards. So, but he did make some good throws. I'll give him that. But it's just, I'm so sick. CeeDee Lamb got hurt. So,
Cowboys for the Cowboys.
The Cowboys defense is so bad. The Bears couldn't score 31 against anybody except for the Cowboys. But again, the reason I'm mad at the Cowboys is because now we have to listen to Caleb Williams for an entire week. All right. The Bills, we already talked about them. We did a recap show fully on the Bills. J-Vi and I, Thursday night. Go back and listen to it if you want to hear Bills talk. All we have to say about that is that the Bills were 12.5-point favorites. They only won by 10, so they're not as good as they think they are. Their biggest problem is third down defense. We've already gone over that. Josh Allen was in Tua Tagovailoa running the 2007 West Virginia offense like Geno Smith did. So,
shout out to J-Vi too for calling it before the game even started. He's like, we always play the Dolphins too close. So he knew it was going to happen.
That is the biggest load of BS I've ever seen in my life. Russ Wilson throws a pick before the half. Pat Mahomes scrambled around. There's 7 seconds left. He just heaves it up down the field and gets a pass interference. And everybody's like, now that's a smart. Chris Calder's probably in the booth going, now that's a smart quarterback play. He knew. What else is going to happen? Pat Mahomes. Blah, 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 blah. Freaking BS, dude. This is how the Chiefs have to win. Anyways. You still there, Edge? Edge, you got me?
Yep, got you now.
Okay. All right, got you. All right. Anyways. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. The San Francisco 49ers, against all odds. We lost Bosa today. Okay. Let's go ahead and talk about that.
Against the rival Cards.
Your dad blame right, another undefeated team. I'm sorry, we're playing undefeated teams over here, San Francisco. Again, those know me. I'm a 49ers fan. I was so freaking mad at the end of that game. I don't know if you watched it. So the 49ers win 16-15. Eddie Pinheiro, Jake Moody, we don't miss you. Walk-off field goal, win 3-0 in your faces, everybody. Mac Jones at the helm, knee brace Mac Jones, jersey torn, this and that, looking like a baller. 49ers, the first 4 drives that Arizona had, the Cardinals had 10-plus plays. We look like the Bills out there. They could not get off the field on third down. And I hate playing against Kyler Murray. I can't stand it because he just runs around back there all the time. It's so annoying. But Ricky Pearsall is here. I'm telling you that right now. That dude is a baller. He's the number 1 wide receiver. We have no Kittle. McCaffrey's looking better each week. The defense, Fred Warner, didn't have Bosa out there. And then the final 3 minutes of that game were absolutely absurd. So the 49ers got to stop. They punt. We get a holding call in the end zone, which wasn't even really in the end zone. Safety. So now it's 15-13. Now we got to kick it off and then get another stop, which they do. They punt it back. Mac Jones drives them down the field, gets them into field goal range. 2-minute drill. Beautiful play on the drive before by Upton Stout, the new nickel corner, Western Kentucky. Shout out group of 5 guys. To get the Cardinals to 4th down, and then the 49ers execute one of the greatest screenplays of all time. Little slip screen to Christian McCaffrey out the left side. Whoop, 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 whoop. Rumbling, bumbling, stumbling all the way down to about the 20-yard line. Kick the game winner, Eddie Pinheiro, money.
Think of it this way. Niners scored 16 points. Cowboys scored 14 points. Y'all could have beat the Cowboys today.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Hey, defensive battle. There was not a lot of yardage out there for either team.
You had 284 yards for Mac Jones.
How much?
284.
Oh yeah, hey, he played well. He made one bad throw. He threw a pick. That was kind of annoying. So, but anyways, hey, 3-0, dude. 3-0,
Shout out to
stranglehold on the
McCaffrey,
division.
52 yards.
Shout out McCaffrey. Hey, there's only 6 undefeated teams left in the NFL: the Bucks, the Colts, the Eagles, the Bills, the Niners, the Chargers. It's real good to be in one of those in that list. In that list, the Packers are. Oh my gosh, we got to get going. So those are our teams. That's how we do things. Let's talk about some other games. All right. Hang on just a second. Let me see how we want to do this. Let's go ahead and let's hit the salute your sports. Everybody shh. Let's get to these games, dude. Everybody shh. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's move on to college football. We'll get to the NFL here in a minute, but let's talk about our top 5 games of the week. Texas Tech at Utah, ladies and gentlemen. What a game. Texas Tech went down there and took care of business, dude.
They said this is what a very expensive roster does.
Yes, dude, exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking. I'm like, they win 34-10, dude. Utah, Devin Dampier couldn't really do anything. So it was impressive. Like Texas Tech, I mean, they're in the driver's seat. Them and I guess Arizona State, because I think Baylor lost. So Arizona State beat Baylor. So I think UCF, Texas Tech, Arizona State. I mean, gotta give credit to Texas Tech. They paid for all his players. Looks like it's turning out 34-10. They win. Next game that we had was Auburn, Oklahoma. Oklahoma, dude. I don't know what to make of them. I know their defense is pretty good, but they played Auburn, dude. Auburn got a safety.
Don't sleep on them. Don't sleep on Auburn, man. They got potential.
Yeah, but that Jackson Arnold guy is exactly who we thought he was, and that's why he left Oklahoma. He can't really throw.
Well, that's true. I will give you that. Yes, and but dude, Mateer, I mean,
Heisman. He's got to be the Heisman front runner, right?
I tell you what, Oklahoma is doing the same thing Clemson used to do. They look and they say, "Oh, you want to rank us 11th or 12th or 15th or whatever it is." Okay, cool. And they go in there with that chip in that shoulder. You know why I know this? Because who's their head coach?
Venables.
Guess where he came from?
Yep. Like, hey, he's got that defense going.
He even got a say in the locker room that says all in, just like Clemson does.
Gosh, dude.
I'm telling you. He came from the Dabo tree, and I'm telling you, it's just like it.
Can we shout out Auburn in Oklahoma for Auburn? Oklahoma was favored by 6.5. They were up by 5 until Auburn took that safety and covered the spread. It was 22-17, ended 24-17. Oklahoma ends up covering. If you had Auburn,
dude,
do what? What'd you say?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just laughing because Oklahoma, the way they cover, that was hilarious.
Oh.
Next one. Whoops. Tulane at Ole Miss. Holy moly, dude!
You got all excited about this game. I wasn't excited about it at all,
dude. And Ole Miss had their backup, Shambles or whatever his name was. He had a game, dude. 300 through the air, 100 over 100 on the ground. This was not good for Tulane. 45-10. So I don't know, dude.
Let's talk about the next one.
Ooh.
No, somebody, I couldn't make it on the last show because I was working out of town. I travel a lot. And I knew that I could not stay on the show till midnight and wake up at 3 a.m. and start driving over an hour and a half to work. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you, I put it on there and I heard you say this. I know why he's doing this.
I know why you're doing it.
I was not. I looked at that and I said, this is the game right now that Illinois will not win. Like you created the committee. You said, "This is a lookout team," and I'm like, "No, it's not. No, it's not."
So why'd you put them on your money lines?
For Indiana to win.
What?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. You put Illinois. I'm gonna have to go back and look. Then I have to redo the graphic then.
Oh my gosh. Here we
I
go.
Wait a
Okay.
minute. We're gonna have to go back because if you truly thought Indiana was gonna win, then we had a 4-2 week. I gotta
I
recrunch the
did.
number.
Here, I'm going to look up the text right
Okay.
now.
Well, 63-10. Dude, I was watching this score. I turned it on and it was 35-3.
Oh
And I
Lord.
was like, wow, I was like, oh my gosh, it's not even halftime. It's not even halftime. I couldn't believe it. I was so confused. I was like, what is going on out here? I was like, this is going to get me roasted on Sunday night.
Oh
And
yeah.
rightfully so. But Indiana just they bent them over their knee and laid the smack down, dude. I mean, there's nothing else to say.
He was on a mission.
Oh my gosh, dude. Signetti was spitting and yelling and
Yes.
guess what?
Yes, he was on a mission.
Yeah. But holy moly, dude. But anyways, okay. So I'm not trying to skirt the issue. I just goodness gracious, dude. That was as bad as that could have gone. Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. J-Vi's here. Clemson's top 2 assistants 3 years after leaving Clemson, 3-1 and 4-0. Clemson 1-3.
Yeah, I know, dude. That's what I'm saying. We said it before where Elliott left and went to Virginia, and Virginia's dominating, I'm like, but I mean, maybe that's maybe that's what it is, dude. Maybe that's what it is. We take a step back and we say, hey, we got some coaching changes to make, and it ain't Dabo. It's we need some new assistant coaches that don't know ball. Or maybe our assistant coaches don't know ball.
They need
maybe for once we can stop running the freaking swing pass. I mean, dude, I'm not an offensive coordinator. I'm not, but I can tell you what, if they're blitzing, run a freaking screen.
Yeah. That's what the Niners did at the end of the game. The Cardinals almost sent the house, slip screen, freaking 30 yards later, we're in field goal range. Philly Mike OG says CeeDee Lamb expected to miss the remainder of the season with a torn meniscus. I don't know about that. We don't want to spread misinformation, but it could be. I'm not sure. I can neither confirm nor deny.
Oh
What's up,
my
Philly
gosh.
Mike?
I just got the text. I got the text. You ready?
What?
This is what I text you. Mizzou, negative 360. North Carolina State, plus 140. Illinois, plus 190. Put Illinois on the board. You know why I did that? Because someone said, how dare you bet against Illinois?
See, you're blaming me. I knew. See, this is what I was talking about. This is what I was talking about, dude. I knew you were going to blame me.
I can't do it. I can't listen to you anymore. You don't know ball.
I told you. No, that's a lie. Because they got USC next week. I told you if they go 3-1 during the stretch, they get USC and Ohio State at home. If they win both of those games, they're right back in the mix, dude. They're right back in the mix. Illinois, let's go. I got your back. And then the final game was Michigan State versus USC. That game was late. And that was a 16.5-point spread. But Michigan State, like ButchP said, Michigan State plus 16.5 or 17.5 by this graphic. They got the job done. Michigan State. Shout out Michigan State. But USC moves 4-0. Maivia, 3 touchdowns. They could put up, I mean, this is classic Lincoln Riley putting up points like this. So, all right, let's move on to upset alert. Ladies and gentlemen, upset alert was a disaster. Disaster. Not only is it confusing people, apparently, because of the graphics, but I had Michigan on upset alert, Duke on upset alert, Indiana, Louisiana Tech, Iowa, and UTSA. Edge, that is a 0 for 6 upset alert.
Oh my goodness.
Nothing.
See, that's what happens.
0.
That's what happens when the committee of one at AK meets and doesn't discuss it with everybody.
0 for 6. The committee went from being 11-7 in upsets to 11-13. Michigan beat Nebraska. Duke clobbered NC State. Indiana throttled Illinois. Louisiana Tech beat the brakes off of Southern Miss. Iowa all of a sudden scores 40 points a game when they're playing Rutgers. And then Colorado State lost by 1 to UTSA. So that's 0 for 6, buddy. That's 0 for 6. There's nothing else to say about it. That hurt.
Yeah. That's that's rough right there. You might have to take a break on that one.
We might need a new committee.
Maybe if you change the graph to where me and J-Bob were telling you for upset alerts, you'll go back to the winning side.
No. For those of you listening to the podcast, on the graphic, on the screen, is upset alert with sirens underneath the words upset alert. And then underneath the sirens, there are 6 team logos. And underneath those logos are who they are playing and what the spread is. It's not confusing. I don't understand how this.
It's not confusing to you. Everyone else, the real committee,
Liars.
which is everybody else, has met and said, "What do you mean by this? Do you mean the team that is getting upset, or the team that will be doing the upset?"
No. I showed this to people at work, and I said, "What does this mean?"
Doctors doesn't matter. Doctors use the other part of their brain, and most doctors don't know ball.
Well, how am I supposed to know what brain you use?
I'm just saying, when it's upset alert and you show me a graphic, my first thought is that team is going to beat somebody. Who are they going to beat?
No.
You're showing a graphic. You're showing a graphic saying upset alert. This team is going to be in tears.
No. This means if your logo is on this, you're on upset alert. It's pretty self-explanatory, if you ask me.
Or if your logo was up there, you are alerting another team that you're about to upset them. You're coming over to chip on the shoulder. We could debate this for hours. Let's move on.
We could.
Because you're too stubborn and you're still wrong. Yeah.
Hey, by the way, winning week in picks for college football, 8-7.
Dude, dang, I meant to send you mine again. Jeez.
I started off hot. I hit the first 4, then betting on UNC was a bad idea. They stink.
I was terrible this week in pick'em, so I'm kind of glad that
8-7. We have a winning record.
I'm telling you, I'm kind of glad I didn't see my pickups this week because it would not do well.
Winning record. Let's just leave it at that. All right. Speaking of picks of the week, ladies and gentlemen, this is a 3-3 card you're looking at. Complete wash. Mr. Understruck gave you the under of NC State at Duke. Guess what? They scored 78 combined points. Tex wasn't even close. Mark it a loss. Next up, Master Spreader. There's a graphic on the screen of our picks of the week for those of you listening. J-Bot said the Chiefs never covered. Should have known Nebraska wouldn't either because of that dude, the Rayola. Yeah, Master Spreader, I gave you Rutgers plus 2.5 versus Iowa because I thought they were at home and I thought Greg Schiano cared about football. Turns out he doesn't. And they give up the most points Iowa's probably scored in like 3 decades. And Rutgers loses. So that's another loss for me. The overtaker, J-Vi. Stanford at Virginia. Over 48.5. I'm pretty sure Virginia or Stanford had 48 by themselves. Shout out the overtaker, finding his stride. Bounty the Dog Hunter. We talked about this a second ago. ButchP, Michigan State, plus 18.5. At USC, covered, ladies and gentlemen. ButchP's hot right now. Dude, DYLON, the hip prop rapper, this dude does not miss with his props on the NFL. We don't know where he gets them from, but Danny Dimes, he had over 209.5 passing yards at Tennessee, and he threw for well over that. So DYLON's 4-1. His props are money. Indiana, and then Young Money Lines gave us Illinois plus 195 at Indiana. That was wrong.
Yeah. Don't ever bet him, dude.
That wasn't the week to bet him, dude. Wasn't the week to bet him. Bet him when they play Ohio State. Chip on their shoulder. J-Vi says Russ is 7-13 for 39 yards and 2 interceptions. And they're only down by 3. That is the Chiefs. Okay. CeeDee Lamb's undergoing an MRI on tomorrow. So
do not read it out loud.
Oh, okay. Okay. I got you. Okay. So that's the picks of the week, a 3-3 week. That brings us to 16-12. So still winning record. We started off bad, so I got to be better. I've slipped into I think a losing record right now.
If you change the format of the slideshow, you'll probably break the jinx.
Would you?
Just say it. Just state it.
Look who's here.
Hey, one more question.
I just got wrapped up with film.
Ooh. And you got the chest hair out. I see that.
Did you just say you got attacked?
I just got finished up with film.
Oh.
Had a couple of the other coaches over.
How can somebody explain to me how Notre Dame is still ranked?
Dude, they win one game. That's it. Who they beat? They beat freaking.
They didn't win yet, did they?
Yeah, they won. They beat Purdue this weekend.
Oh yeah, okay. So yeah, here we go. Before then, they were still ranked 24, and they were 0-2.
Hey, strength of losses, Edge. Clearly, you don't know the formula, buddy.
Okay, yeah.
Clearly,
all right.
Let's
move on.
Text.
Did we already talk about Cade Klubnik saying that the referees were missing calls? They're complaining about the guys that somehow they always got hurt after a big play.
You know, Cade doesn't have the right to speak to the media anymore because until he can deliver a pass in the breadbasket, they just need to go ahead and unplug his microphone.
Hey, you know who's back though? Arch.
Oh,
of course. Here he comes.
You know who is not back right now?
Who's
Your
that?
Dallas Cowgirls.
Says who?
Speaking of that, Patriots said our defense is an embarrassment, giving up 30 points a week, so unacceptable. Fire that dork, DC, and at least find somebody who can scheme with these bums. The Dallas Cowboys defense stinks. Eberflus got cooked by his revenge. His revenge game got ruined. Let's just say that. Tex, thoughts on the Cowboys losing to Caleb Williams and the Bears, and now we have to sit through a full week of people's heaping praise upon Caleb Williams and how far he's come as a quarterback. What the hell?
That was a bad game. It was a bad game. You know, everybody has one. Got it out of our system. Unfortunately, it was against the Bears.
Was it a quality loss?
I know. Here's what I can tell you. Here's what I can tell you. This was a who are we game. Okay.
And you are who you thought you are.
Week 3, it's who are we?
And this is a who are we game. So
this is Zoolander game.
The next step is going to be the next step is going to be
Hansel game.
A week of look in the mirror practices. Okay, to discover to see who we are.
Yep.
Okay, get a real good look.
Trick question.
And
it's
then,
you.
And then after we realize that we are indeed the Dallas Cowboys, we will now start playing like we are supposed to play.
Put the league on notice.
Okay, we did. We put the league on notice last week. Now we're asking who we are. We're looking in the mirror for the rest of this week, and we're going to discover it against the next opponent, who is the Green Bay Packers.
So
very important game. Very important game.
This season, that's a season on the. That's a measuring stick game.
Okay, so let's.
Hey, you know what it is? It's after you have a who are we game, a week of look in the mirror, identity game. Okay, it's an identity game. Okay.
Let me remind you, Tex. Java, if he was here, would pull up a post-it and said, "You're completely in shambles right now because you were supposed to have a 13-win season or something like that."
No, you know what?
Right now that is completely done for.
Right now we're 2-1.
Whoa! No, you're not.
We're 1-2,
buddy.
I'm about to say I think you got that backwards.
We're 1-2. We can easily rip off. We can easily rip off another 12 wins here. You could go down the schedule.
12 of your next 14.
12 of the next 14. All we gotta do is win them. Discover our identity.
Everybody else has a schedule just like the Cowboys.
Except for the Niners, there is too easy.
3-0. Who's gonna be the last time beating the Bills or the Niners? I'm one win away from my prediction being right.
You know what though? The Cowboys are a one defensive player for Max.
There hasn't been a September. There hasn't been a September better, more perfect than since when Earth, Wind, and Fire released that hot track, the best wedding song ever. Hey, look at that. Russ. God, dude. I hate the Chiefs so much. Can't stand them. We just need the Giants to cover plus 5.5. Russ Wilson is terrible. Here's the new AP top 25, ladies and gentlemen. Then we'll go over some NFL, and then we'll be done.
Who scored that? Thornton.
He's the next dude, the burner. The Patriots couldn't figure out how to use him. The top 10 in the AP: Ohio State, Miami, Penn State, LSU, Georgia, Oregon, Oklahoma, Florida State, Texas A&M, Texas rounds out number 10. Illinois is still ranked. TCU and BYU move into the rankings at 24 and 25. Notre Dame, of course, is still there. Georgia Tech at 16. Just some other ones to note. Texas Tech moves all the way up to 12, and Indiana's at 11. So there we go, boys. Any thoughts on the AP poll before we move on to the NFL?
No. I mean, this, like I said, this is raw, dude. There's a lot of teams on it still in there that shouldn't be in there. Alabama. And Mizzou, like, when are they ever been relevant? However, I'll keep them up there just for giggles. What did TCU just do? Did they win?
They're 3-0. They beat UNC and then they beat SMU.
SMU, yes. Yeah. How dare you?
TCU looks good, dude. They're not just beating people; they're beating by double digits. And that quarterback's a player, buddy. Hoover, yeah. I like that guy.
Speaking of the number 10 position, what a great win! Not by beating Sam Houston, who's 0-3 coming into the game.
Great champs.
And they sit there and think that, oh, look at Manning. He put up 300 yards. Oh, wow. It's an 0-3 team. What are we talking about? They could have played the Cowboys and put up the same points, probably.
If you get beat by 40, you should be out of the top 25.
Agreed.
Wait,
yes.
Who got beat by 40?
Illinois.
Oh. I was like, who? I already blocked that loss out of my mind. See,
of course you would.
We're on to USC.
Hey, we got a great slate of games coming up this weekend too.
27th is the one. That's the Ryder Cup. It's a big time. It's a big time football game day for sure.
Big time football weekend. I mean, you got all kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you got Niners undefeated.
Nobody cares.
Hey, you better care. There's only 6 left.
You got an identity game with the Cowboys.
Identity
Green
game,
Bay Packers
revenge game.
Yep.
So, all right. Let's talk about some NFL. I'm going to pull up the scoreboard. Everybody, pull up the scores. By the way, we were 16-12 with our picks of the week so far. So, shout out us, I guess. All right, let me pull this out of here. I'm going to hit some segue music, and then we're going to talk NFL. I wrote down some notes. We're going to pick 5 games we're going to talk about. Everybody Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Like I said, 6 undefeated teams remain in the NFL. Take this thing from the top. We're going to cut the Colts and the Titans. We're not talking about that game because that game was, if it's 21 points or more, we're not talking about it. Okay. Shout out Daniel Jones. Jonathan Taylor's running wild. Yes. Lots of special teams touchdowns today. Also, can I say this before we bring up the scores? Shout out to kickers on the kickoff for kicking knuckleballs now. I don't know if you guys have seen that. That's a new thing they're doing on these new kickoffs. They got to kick it in the landing zone. So now the quarter or the something out of my book there. The kickers are kicking like knuckleballs, like they're hitting it in the middle of the ball and it's kind of knuckling and bouncing all over the place. Pretty crazy. Shout out for figuring out new ways to impact the game. We're not going to talk about Vikings, Bengals. We already talked about it. We are not going to talk about Commanders, Raiders, because that was a complete mollywhopping, even with Marcus Mariota. Is Jaden Daniels system cute? Actually, I got a question for that in a minute. Panthers, we already talked about. They mollywhopped them. Seahawks destroyed the Saints. And then we already talked about the Cowboys. So there's only a couple of games left to talk about here, boys. Let's bring them up. Ladies and gentlemen, Jay Bones and I talked about this game, the Green Bay Packers. Let me ask you a question. First of all, the end of the 1:00 games was the craziest ending in football I've seen in a very long time.
Oh, yeah. That wasn't a question, though.
Complete anarchy. Okay.
That was not a question.
The question is it time to call the Packers fraudulent? 13-10 loss to Joe Flacco and the Browns. And let's this is exactly the question that we were asking. Jordan Love in a tight game when they're not up by 70 and they're not imposing their will. What is he going to do? What does he do? Throws a horrific interception inside of his own 20-yard line. And they were up 10-3. Then the Browns scores 10-3 or 10-10. Then the Browns block a kick and then get into field goal range and kick a game winner. So
I think on paper, if you look at it, who had the worst game of the week? It had to be Jordan Love because he threw for 183 yards, 52 yards, came from one receiver. Like that's not good. That's not good.
Well, that's the thing. It's what we've been saying all year. Jordan Love, when the game's tight or when they're behind, what's he going to play like? And clearly, that was a terrible interception. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, dude.
And the Browns didn't score till what is it? What does it say? The Browns they didn't score till the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they didn't. They scored every single they kicked a field goal and it was a 7. It was like, oh, that's awesome. They were plus 8.5. And then Jordan Love threw that pick, and you're like, oh my gosh, they have a shot to win the game somehow. So now the Browns' defense is no joke, obviously, but that's. People are going to look at this and be like, oh, it's just, this is the NFL any given Sunday. And it's like, no, dude, you cannot throw a pick on your own 20. You just can't do it. So, anyways, Tex, any thoughts on the Packers? Are they fraudulent? Are the Packers fraudulent?
We're going to find out this Sunday. Identity game.
Where's that game at?
I think it's at Green Bay.
I
can look it up.
Okay. The Steelers.
No, it's in Dallas.
It's in homecoming. Oh, are they going to do a video for Micah?
Dude,
thank you video.
That dog is gonna hunt. Let me tell you.
Let's go, dude.
Dak is gonna be running for his life.
Oh my dude, the Cowboys. Actually, can I put it on the big board? Where's J-Vi if you're listening? I'm rooting for the Cowboys this weekend. I've had enough with the Packers hype. I've had enough.
You won't go get Texas hat and wear a star on Sunday.
I'm rooting for the Cowboys this weekend.
Wow.
Same.
Put it on the board, J-Va.
So, just this weekend. I'm a man of my word. All right, Steelers and Patriots.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am, dude. Steelers and Patriots. I wrote one thing down. Ramondre Stevenson may never carry a football again. He had 2 fumbles. So the Patriots turned the ball. Drake May before halftime threw an interception at the 1 before halftime. And then as they're going in to score to tie the game, Ramondre Stevens fumbles for the second time. And then they take him out and they put Antonio Gibson in. And he fumbles. So the Patriots had like 5 fumbles or 5 turnovers, and the Steelers still only won by 7 points. It was crazy. So the Steelers could have easily given up 30-some points again.
Yeah, that was a don't believe the hype game for the Steelers.
100%. That was bad. Like, the Steelers are not good. They are not good on defense, not good on offense.
You know what? They are on the way to not having another losing season.
The standard is the standard, buddy. If you're a Pats fan, you have to be furious because they fumbled the ball 4 times. That was so funny. I couldn't believe it. Anyways, that's enough of the Steelers Patriots. Rams and Eagles. Guys, the Rams were up like 26-7 or 10 or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then they did absolutely nothing in the second half, basically. from the third quarter all the way through the fourth quarter. Nothing. This game was nuts, dude. This was the Eagles blocked what, 2 field goals? They blocked the last field goal, and Jordan Davis picks it up and runs it back for a touchdown. Like, what? It also was a Jalen Hurts game, correct? Because everybody's always doubting Jalen Hurts. Can he do this? Can he do that? And he came out and fed A.J. Brown. So whenever they want to use A.J. Brown, they can. You know what I mean? And a stupid tush push. But the Rams gave this game away. All they had to do was get a couple first downs. Things over. They couldn't do it. They couldn't score any points. Vaunted Sean McVay couldn't do it. But when they blocked that, well, we had at the same time, guys, we had like the Bucks and the Jets were doing their thing. The Steelers and the Patriots were knotted up, and then the Rams and the Eagles were blocking kicks, and then you had the Browns and the Packers. It was nuts. Complete nuts. Any thoughts on Eagles Rams? Any questions from Eagles Rams?
No, I like whenever a big guy blocks a kick, then he gets it and runs it back in.
Dude, shout out to those guys too.
Yep.
Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter for blocking the kick twice. Shout out. Always got to shout that out. But I don't know. The Rams defense is really good. They're really good. So we just kind of mentioned the Jets and Bucks. The Jets were down what? 23-6.
Mm-hmm.
And they scored 21 unanswered with Tyrod.
Yep.
And then they blocked a kick and ran it back. And then Baker Mayfield had to do his third game-winning drive in 3 weeks.
Which was really good. He did it without Evans. I think Evans is probably going to be out for a while.
Really?
Amy. Yeah.
Yikes.
And he's like up, he's old. Stuff starts getting taking a long time to heal. And so 1,000-yard season's out for this year for sure.
Yep.
For him.
Shout out to Baker though. He's fun to watch.
Oh yeah.
He's turning into Mr. Automatic, dude. He's turning into the conversation of who do you want the ball in the hand? Who do you want the ball in the hands of with less than a minute and a half, less than 2 minutes to go? He's right up there. So, and then the Texans and the Jags, dude.
Dude. Wait a minute. Did we skip Edge's team?
No, we talked about the Panthers. He was very happy. We tried to talk about Clemson earlier.
So happy. So happy. Didn't even know they were playing.
Dude, the Jaguars, man. They had 6 drops today? You have to be furious if you're a Jags fan with Brian Thomas and Washington and all those guys. But I think the worst part was Trevor Lawrence tried to give that game away so bad. It was so funny, dude. He threw such a horrendous pick there in the fourth quarter. It was so bad. And then the Houston Texans were driving down to tie the game, and then Nico Collins fumbles, and it's like nobody wanted to win the game. I don't understand. It was freaking hilarious.
ETN had more yards than your boy McCaffrey.
Well, good for him, but the Niners are 3-0, so Jackson. I don't want him to suck.
With less carries, more yards, and a touchdown. Golly, dude. Is he better running back than McCaffrey?
He probably is right now. McCaffrey can't move.
Then why is he there? Hang up the cleats.
I'm fine he's there. Good outlet, dude. But yeah, the Jaguars went for it on fourth down again. Liam Cohen, I don't know what his deal is or what he's trying to do, but he's trying to do a whole bunch of nothing. So, but Jags win. Texans are 0-3. Are you worried about the Texans, Tex? And you're a Texas guy.
No.
Not in the AFC South, dude. That thing's still wide open.
Yep.
I don't know, dude. They're weird to watch. Their defense is so good. Their defense is only giving up like 14 points a game. That's terrible. And then finally, the Chargers beat the Broncos 23-20. This game was wild too, man. Justin Herbert balling out. Again, I think the Broncos gave this thing away. They just, I don't know, they just can't close. So, Broncos 1-2, Chargers 3-0. What do you make of that? AFC West goes through Los Angeles and Harbaugh.
Holy cow. Herbert had 300 yards in a tud.
Yeah.
Ooh.
He's balling, dude, ever since he started dating that new girl. So, it was a weird game to watch because it always cracks me up that Keenan Allen's still out there making big plays. He had a big play late. He had a touchdown, I think is what it was, late in the game to tie the game.
How
that's
bad
what
is
it was.
Cox right now?
Oh, dude, by the way, Najee Harris got hurt, so Marion Hampton's about to eat. So, but if you're a Broncos fan, shout out Cox. 1 and 2 is not how you had it drawn up. So, wait a minute. A New Jersey team committing acts of terrorism once again. Wait a minute, dude. How's it going, Detroit? Detroit made Benjamin. What's up, dude? But yeah, I don't have anything else on any of the games. I think that's all my notes. Yeah. Oh, I do have something else to say. The last thing was the Commanders game. The only thing I had written down for the Commanders was the Commanders-Raiders game is the Las Vegas Raiders have got to figure out a way to freaking get G&T the ball more. He is electric with it in his hands.
Yes.
And if you want a favor to give yourself a good laugh, type in Dan Quinn getting trucked on the sidelines by Marcus Mariota. Because he took Marcus Mariota's helmet to the face. And it was one of those ones where he got hit and he like paralyzed in midair, like didn't move as he hit the ground.
Oh,
No.
Like somebody hit him with a taser.
boy.
Go look up Dan Quinn getting hit by
What?
but it's freaking hilarious.
I feel like if you were on top of your game, you'd have had this on here.
He did the hold on, let me pull it up.
He's traveling right now. He's off his game a little bit.
I am off my game from traveling.
He tried to go fishing for a little bit this morning, caught a couple fish.
Are you kidding me? A couple? We got a cooler full down there, pal.
Buddy, you only sent a picture with 4 of them.
No,
pal.
there was 4. There were 4 beneath.
Pal.
We kept 8.
Pal.
You get me distracted. I'm trying to figure out how to hold on. Dude, hold on. Dan Quinn got absolutely rocked. Oh, we got a Bills fan here. Hold on, Dan Quinn. Let's see. It's got to be the top. Yeah. His nose was bleeding and everything. Okay, here it is. Here it is. Hold on. Here it is. Watch him. Boom. Straight to the face.
Oh,
Head bounces off
He goes, watch.
the mat.
Straight to the face. Watch. Doesn't move as he's going down. His arms go out like that.
Oh, put that man in concussion protocol right now.
Look, you got to get. Look, if you're Dan Quinn, you got it. Come on. Come on.
Marcus Mariota is a really big guy, too.
He is. But look, he stuck his hands out and got his hips back. That's not how you hit someone.
Yeah, you should know better.
If you want any respect in the film room on Monday, you stick him right there. You leave no doubt. If I'm Dan Quinn, I put my shoulder right in his solar plexus.
100%, yeah.
And make him chuck his cookies. And be like, hey, you don't run to the sideline, pal. Detroit made Benjamin says, as a Bills fan, what are our Super Bowl chances? Tex.
Your Super Bowl chances are 80%.
80% is too low. Look, J-Vi's already said it. They're going to go to the Super Bowl. They're going to go to the Super Bowl.
Is rigged for the Bills.
They're going to go to the Super Bowl.
It's up to them. It's up to them to do it. It's up to them.
And then they're going to. Ooh.
I like that. Hey, made Benjamin. I'll take. He also said this, Edge.
Yeah.
Detroit made Benjamin also. Yeah. He said, poor Clemson fan. I'm sorry, dude. Don't be so, dude. He wasn't a Clemson fan until 2016. Okay? We've known him for that long. He had no recollection of anything.
AK's only been a Niners fan for 2 years.
BS, dude. He said, I'll take 80%. It's our year. We have a Detroit made Benjamin.
You got better chances than the Cowboys. I can tell you that.
I got a better chance of getting a good look at a T-bone by sticking my head up a bull's carcass. You know what? But I'll take the butcher's word for it.
Yep. Poop shoot.
By the way, Detroit made Benjamin. We do have a Bills fan on our show. He's just not here tonight because the Bills didn't play well and he couldn't show his face. His name's J-By. He always gives us our Bills breakdown. Anyways, boys, I think we hang the banners and we get out of here, right? I mean,
let's do it.
Nothing else to talk about. Football in the books. Let's hang some banners. Oh no. He said, I'm a Michigan fan. You go to Michigan. What NFL team do you guys root for? Okay. Well, personally, I'm a Niners fan, 49ers. Edge is a
not,
Panthers fan.
No way, I'm not a Panthers fan.
Tex is a Cowboys fan. Detroit made Benjamin. You're going to really love us because we went to App State. So, how about that?
Yeah.
But anyways, let's hang some banners. Let me find the button here.
You did it! Congratulations!
Hang the banners. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Go ahead.
My hang the banner goes to the WeatherBug app.
Okay.
So, wifey told me there was going to be some weather coming in, and I was like, "Oh, cool!" Flashback a Troy game. So, literally, I never had the WeatherBug app, so I downloaded it, took a screenshot of where we were at, and tried to get Grok to put lightning bolts around it so I could send it into the guys at the stadium to call a weather delay. And by the time I did all this, they were already under weather delay. Like literally, they said lightning within 5 miles, and I was like, "This is awesome! Here we go!" And we got our ass kicked. So,
to say the least,
shout out to WeatherBug. You're all on it. I was trying to save our season and our game by putting some lightning bolts on the actual radar.
Tried the 2016 Super Bowl tactic with the 49ers and the Ravens.
Yeah.
Cut the lights out. Oh no,
the lights
shut off in Clemson. Oh no, we got to take a minute to finish. What could have happened?
Yeah, and then
Detroit made Benjamin said, "See you guys." That's what he said the App State comment.
Here you go.
Tex, do you have a hang the banner?
I'm going to hang the banner for Wisconsin not firing their coach yet. Give the man a chance. Give the man a chance. He's building a program.
Who'd they lose to? Maryland. They got smoked by Maryland.
Yeah, they got smoked. It's not looking good for Fickle.
Hey, let me hang.
Not looking good.
Let me hang the banner for the American Conference because they are taking teams to task. Great meme by Soar the Eagle, the official mascot of the American Conference. Because Memphis. You thought we were going to get through this show without mentioning Memphis? Absolutely flipping the script on Arkansas. Game winner, 32-31. Buddy down the sideline. See you later, Woo Pig Suey. Yeah, right. Get out of here. We had Tulsa beat Oklahoma State on Friday night.
Yeah,
Kansas State fell victim to them. Duke.
They put the beat down on them.
Boise State. Florida. Northwestern. Washington State.
App has Boise State next week.
Man, that could have been a 3-0 game. Instead, we lost to Southern Miss because we kept throwing pick sixes. And then the other hang the banner I had was for this map, which was spectacular. It's this map where it's like sectioned off into regions. Like there's a dot in the middle of the USA, and then there's lines going. There's A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. And it says you only watch football games between schools in one section for the rest of your life. Which one did you choose? And I think all of us chose D, which was like part of the southeastern region. So if you have a better one, let us know. But I don't. People say it's volume for A. People say F because Texas, right? But it's got to be D, right?
Yeah, it's 100% D for sure. I mean, that's the best football in the country is D.
Agreed. Anything else, boys?
Too bad both teams from South Carolina is playing like absolute doo-doo right now. But
Dude, you know what?
All three of them, dude. Coastal sucks too.
Yeah. By the way,
I mean, even
Everybody-
Citadel lost this weekend.
all those quarterbacks, the DJ Lagways, the Lenore Sellers, the Cade Klubnings, they should have to give their money back. For
I've
what
said this. I've said
Like,
this.
they should have to get. That's Lenore Sellers. Come on, let's
Dude, I'm telling you, if you put an NIL contract together that says this is your potential money you can make with performance guidelines on it, and if they hit all their, just like the pros do, hey, here's this incentive, here's this incentive. Let's see them play ball, but
give
I
them
ain't
the
paying
money
you a
and then charge
dime.
them interest and be like,
I'm
if you don't
not-
hit these
no,
incentives, there's interest.
Don't
charged.
pay them. Don't pay them till the end of the season, and we'll reevaluate what money you could have versus what you're getting paid.
Gosh,
It's that simple.
Russ Wilson just got Malik Neighbors killed. Goodness gracious.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, thank you everybody for tuning in. That's it, right? Anybody got anything else? Go follow us on all the socials. Again, we're in vacation. Well, we're in vacation mode right now. At least I am for the week. So things will be happening on schedule, like we said. So we're here for all the games. We're here for all the football.
Thank goodness for bye weeks.
Yep. You guys got anything else to say?
Go Tigers.
Go Niners. 3-0. There's only 6 undefeateds left. Tex, anything else?
Looking forward to the identity reveal during the Cowboys game on Sunday.
See you later, guys. Hey, go Niners.